Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your September 2014 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I always recommend that you watch the video for your rising sign as well, because that can give you some more, for some people they find it more accurate than your sun sign reading, but definitely between the two, with these very general readings, you can get, or should be able to get in most cases, a pretty accurate guide for what's going to be coming up for you during the month of September. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a half-an-hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address floating around in this video somewhere. I never know where I'm going to put it until later in editing, but it's also below the video in the details section. So just drop me a line there and we'll get you set up. It can take me a few days to get back to you, so please be patient. I schedule those in the order that I receive requests. But last month I asked everybody kind of what they, whether they liked the stones better or the rune cards, and honestly it's the same thing for me as a reader. It really is. The rune stones, that's the only difference. They're on stones. It's the same as the rune cards that I normally use. But the response was overwhelmingly in favor of the stones, so I'm gonna stick with that. Majority rules here on Runescopes, if nowhere else. But for those of you who are more comfortable with the cards, who prefer the cards, I'm gonna throw in one tarot card for each position as well. So that way, hopefully we can get the best of both worlds. I do find that these two systems of divination work very well together. So those of you who've had a private reading with me know that I use both. There are some questions that are better suited with runes and some questions that are better suited for tarot. So I definitely kind of go back and forth, you know, and they work seamlessly together. So also people wanted my face back, so here it is. Be careful what you wish for. I'm flattered, but I don't know why, but here I am, back with you. But let me just focus here on what's going to help you, Taurus and Taurus rising folks, the most for September of 2014. That one didn't feel right. I had a handful, but that wasn't it. This is it. Okay. Okay, and like I said, I'm just going to lay out one tarot card for each position as well. Interesting. Got several of these same cards for Virgo, Taurus. So if you have a Virgo rising, or if Virgo is your sun and Taurus is your rising, there are going to be some similar themes going on here. Your challenge around the month of September could be a new beginning involving a water sign person. Now this could be a romantic relationship, this could be a friendship, a family member, any kind of relationship. But it seems like there may have been some miscommunications, or that if there haven't been, there may be in September. Miscommunications, maybe somebody's just moody. And for a water sign, and the water signs, by the way, are Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So this would be somebody who may be one of those signs or have it rising or have those traits. Somebody who's generally very nurturing person, probably a good mother. It's coming up as a female, doesn't have to be. So somebody who's good with children, male or female. Somebody who is probably very psychic, intuitive, probably very artistic or into the arts. Maybe kind of keeps feelings to themselves. Water signs generally, I mean, they're the most sensitive of all the signs, but because of that, they have a harder shell sometimes. So there may be some miscommunications, or maybe you send a communication and you don't hear anything back, or vice versa. You know, maybe somebody sends you a communication and you're not sure if you want to respond, or maybe it gets lost or something. But there's a new beginning, you know, kind of waiting to start, and there may just be a little bump in the road for that to start. So I do see this being someone who could be very positive for you, Taurus, and for you single Taurians, definitely you know, it looks like maybe you met this person in August, but if not, I would definitely recommend you get out and mingle in September. And knowing that there may be miscommunications, maybe, you know, that's what these are for. Maybe you can take steps to avoid that and make sure that, you know, you get this person's number or they get yours, or you exchange business cards and you put it in a safe place or something. You know, make sure that you know, because you can turn this delay around. Absolutely. That's probably why you're getting this message, so you can avoid that altogether. So, yeah, some great new start. This may be for some of you a move or a trip that you're thinking of taking, and you may be planning this with someone who is a water sign, or maybe you have a water sign rising and this is signifying you. But there is some shift or change that may be a little bit delayed in September, but it's all going to work out fine. It's actually going to be great. And you know, if this is a trip or a move, you're definitely going to a place that's going to really open you up to new experiences, new people. If you're starting a creative project in September, or a new business, or any new venture, it's really going to be there's a lot more freedom here, and a lot more ability to be creative. So if you changed jobs and you were always kind of stifled, maybe it wasn't a very creative or free environment, it looks like you are changing that with whatever shift or change this is you make in September. And you know, if a water sign, you don't have that rising, or if it's not your moon sign, or you don't have prevalent water in your chart, then whatever this shift is could involve a water sign person. Those of you who have been having problems financially, in September, definitely it's not the month to take risks with money. There may be an expense that comes up. There may be something that it hurts to pay it. And I'm sorry to have to tell you that, Taurus, but you know, watch your spending, because it seems like, you know, the month may start off great and you're just, you know, maybe going shopping, spending. I know you Taurian ladies can shop like nobody's business. You are ruled by Venus. You can't help it. You like the luxury things and you like the finer things, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that, but just make sure that you know, you've got savings, or you've got like an emergency fund for something that may come up. Be careful driving. I feel like, you know, because I just got kind of like an insurance flash. I don't have the card for the rune for travel here, but or any cards for travel here really. But you know, there could be something involved with travel, so do be careful. That's normally a Mercury retrograde thing, but for you Taurus, you know, it could be there could be something going on with the Taurus chart in travel. You know, you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time and, you know, get involved in a fender bender that could turn out to be quite costly as far as your insurance going up. Or if you don't have insurance, maybe look into getting insurance. But yeah, and also if there's a bill or something, or a loan, or someone you've been putting off paying, it looks like they're going to come looking for you in September, Taurus. So, you know, definitely, you know, take steps to kind of look at your finances in September, and you know, maybe be a little bit more conservative with the spending, because you do want to have kind of an emergency fund available in September. For some of you, this may involve something legal, because we have the Judgment card coming up reversed. So if you have a settlement, or if you have to go to court in September or something like this, you may not get the best of news. I mean, you may be fined, or you may find that you have to, you know, if this was a divorce that you were going through, that may be final in September, but you may find that you have to give up money, or that you have to pay more in child support, or that you are not going to get child support for some reason, you know, which would seem very odd to me. But yeah, there can be something that, and it's infuriating, honestly, this Judgment, whatever this is. You know, you may feel that it is unfair, that it is just ridiculous, because you're not the one at fault. It seems like, Taurus, whether you are or not, you feel like you aren't. It's common. Whoever it is, we never feel like we're at fault. But I mean, you really may not be. And so, I mean, what's interesting here is that the help that's going to be available to you is that I think somebody's going to show their true colors in September, Taurus. So yeah, I mean, it could be stemming from a lawsuit or something involving legal settlements, things like that. Or it could just be that somebody finally just kind of, maybe you've always known somebody's kind of like a bad news, and they finally just show their true colors in front of others. And, you know, either kind of let loose and just really go off on you or someone else. But there does seem to be, it's coming up as good for you. So, I mean, and maybe, you know, you get into an altercation and the law gets involved and they see like, you know, okay, it's not you, you're the calm one. This person's the one kind of losing it. Those of you who are involved with men who can't have a temper or can be violent, please use your judgment in September. Don't push those buttons. You know, and if you are involved with somebody like that, you know, my advice, of course, always is to leave that relationship. I mean, no one should ever be subjected to violence or abusive people. You know, they may be good, they may be bad, whatever. I don't know what their, you know, the circumstances are always different, but I do know that if you're in a situation with someone like that, you need to get the hell away from them. No excuses. There's no but, there's no however, get out. So definitely keep that in mind in September, Taurus. There's some kind of, there's a reason that you know, this is coming out in September, I think. It benefits you in some way though. So maybe the right person sees it. Maybe you've been filing reports against somebody who's been, you know, violent to you or threatening to you. And maybe they said they can't do anything because, you know, you haven't been hurt yet. That's my favorite law, by the way. Oh, we can't do anything until you're, you know, you're maybe dead. Then we'll investigate. But no, I mean, there may be something like that, and then they see it, or you know, they see the anger. Maybe you call the police because of the disturbance, or maybe somebody else calls the police. And you know, if there's a domestic disturbance, and they see that you're in danger. So, but Taurus, definitely don't put yourself in danger. Don't push buttons. I don't want any of you to get hurt. What can't be changed here about September? Well, there's something you're putting a lot of effort into, and you may just have so many other things going on that you have to kind of let this go for a little bit. And this is something that like you're very happy about, that normally makes you very happy, that you're very positive about. So, you know, this could be a relationship, and maybe you know, you're just, well, I just don't have as much time to spend with you this month because I have all of, you know, this legal stuff going on, or I have this, you know, crazy ex that I'm dealing with, whatever your situation. And I think this is going back to whatever this new venture was, this new shift or change, you know, or maybe if you moved, you're not able to enjoy it just because of all this kind of drama going on. Taurus. And but what they're saying is, you know, remain positive. You're going to get back to it. And in fact, by the end of September, I think you're going to be putting more effort into whatever this is than you have been before. And you'll just be in a better place because I feel like this is all going to kind of get settled, or more settled in September. It may not be resolved, it may not be solved, but it'll be more settled by the end of September. And so don't freak out if you're not able to put, you know, as much energy into creative ideas, or a new relationship, or, you know, maybe if you've moved, you're not able to put as much energy into fixing up your house, or, you know, maybe you can't even unpack until October. You know, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about that, Taurus. You know, you'll come back to it and you'll get it done in no time. You know, you'll get back to putting in the effort that you need to put back, and you'll make up for whatever time you lose. So don't worry about that. You know, sometimes other areas just need our attention, and unfortunately it can take us away from things we enjoy or things that we really would rather be doing. But these things in September are all necessary for you to take care of, Taurus. The outcome at the end is that, you know, you've set your sights on a reasonable goal, your target goal, whatever that is, you're going to reach it. you're going to reach it. There are just some unknowns about it still. And that would make sense because I'm getting a lot of new beginning feelings to this. So this is something relatively new. If you don't have any, if you're watching this on the August side, you don't have anything new going on, then this is probably something that's going to come to the forefront in September. But a lot of you may be dealing with, going back to this, somebody who is dealing with addiction issues. You know, something ain't right upstairs. There's something mentally not connecting, and they need to get that, you know, they need to get treated for it. They need to get help with this. I mean, you can't make someone get help for something like that though, Taurus. They have to do it on their own. But yeah, I mean, there could be somebody in your midst who is either dealing with addiction, or a mental health issue, a sickness that they need help with. And, you know, you may just decide, I can't deal with this. You know, you have a problem or you need help, you know, so you may have to be like, you know, until you get help, I can't be around this because I feel like this is a pattern of negative behavior that has been going on for quite some time, Taurus. And, you know, it does look like you've been there for this person. You've tried to stay in it for the long haul. But at some point, everybody, I mean, if you're with somebody who just will not admit the problem, will not seek help, will not, you know, talk to anyone, will not follow a doctor's orders or take a prescribed medication. I mean, if they will not do that for themselves, you can't make someone want to get well or to kick an addiction or to get help. They have to be ready to do it for themselves, Taurus. So I feel like a lot of you will be dealing with someone like that in your life. If it's you, I mean, you know, don't put it off, Taurus. Like I said, you can come back to this. Whatever time you lose to get well, you're going to be able to make it back up in the end. And you're going to want to be well for this. Like you're going to need all cylinders firing, and, you know, no hazy nights, no hangovers, and no, you know, you don't want to screw this up. So if it's you with the problem, Taurus, then definitely by the end of September, talk to someone about it. Maybe pick out, get some recommendations of who you could talk to about something or who you should go to for help. Definitely look into this, because if you don't, I think you're going to regret it. It could really mess up something that's going to be quite awesome for you. This new beginning. You know, you may lose the house, you may lose the job, you may, this idea you have for a project may go nowhere. So, yeah, if this is you with the issue that needs attention, Taurus, please do seek it out in September. But that is what I see for the month of September. Do hope that was helpful. I will be back here in October, so I'll see you then.